Hello everyone. So today I want to show you how I took this clip that we recorded from like a drinking glass and turned it into this loopy kind of 3D tunnel thing. I want to walk you through just with a time lapse through some of the techniques I used and thoughts I had. Let's roll the intro. Cool. So I found the clip that I wanted to use, and this is November 27, I think. It should be up on the website like next week or something. Next weekend probably. So I knew that I wanted to create like a music visual kind of style here. That's my intention with this. It's probably always good to set yourself like that was the first boundary I set for me, and that just helped me to like take the direction that I wanted. So I wanted here, I used a motion tile. And I ended up making like a square image here because I thought it might look cool. Didn't really do that much later on, but it's nice. And I used the motion tile just to get like nice framing and just to make it look like cool, just to soothe the eye, you know. I feel like some of these music visuals have that mirror effect, like I just put on a mirror. And then I just started creating a bunch of effects I didn't really use. But it's just to play around, you know, just have some fun with it. I just did some small color correction, not too much, but just a little bit. And I kind of just wanted to make the colors pop a bit. I didn't know like exactly what the style I wanted. Maybe I wanted to change the color, so I even tried on some tint. But I ended up kind of going with the original colors, just with a bit more contrast in them, just to make the blues pop a bit more and the reds highlight, make them pop a bit more too. So this was kind of like the final thing I got, and I ended up trying to make it like a loop, and that helped out. So that worked. It is actually looping now, and this is the final thing. So then I did take it into 3D. I imported or exported it from After Effects as a PNG sequence, and then I put it into Redshift here as in a shader, so I can use it as an animation in Cinema 4D. And then I just started playing around with a bunch of different geometry. I wasn't really sure how I wanted to create this. I wanted to create like a projection mapping, kind of like a fake projection mapping, I think. So I ended up using a Bully tool, I think it's called, or Bool, or a Bully. I think it might be like a French dinner. I'm not sure. It doesn't really make much sense. So that ended up doing the trick. So now I have this tunnel effect, and as you can see, it kind of wraps around. So I used the frontal projection here because that kind of assembles or like looks like a projection mapping, as you can see. And now I had that tunnel effect, so it wraps around without actually wrapping around. So what you do is kind of bake the texture into the geometry from a frontal projection. And I just started playing around with, you know, glow, and I put it in the emission and the diffuse. And I wanted to try out with displacement and bump. Didn't really end up using any of that because it didn't kind of look good. But as you can see, it already have created like a perspective for, you know. And then I just played around with the camera and some extra effects like glow in the camera settings in Redshift or in Cinema 4D. And it ended up looking pretty cool. I wanted to create, like here, I wanted to do depth of field, just to have that extra crisp detail. And it also kind of blurred out some of the where you could like see it was tiling. So that ended up really helping out. And it kind of made these detail in the glass just record a bit extra. And when I had an animation, I was happy with. And oh yeah, I wanted to do CDEF, so maybe we could use the CDEF layer later on in comp for maybe smoke or fog. I wasn't really sure, but I guess we'll see on that later. You know, the rest was just like kind of hit the render button.
Out of the frying pan
and into the fire. Run! Run!
Yes, so I guess that's my way of saying let's get back into After Effects. So I wanted to do another round of color grading, I guess, and just play around with these shots. Maybe we can create something new, and I kind of wanted to create like a new loop. But I started off just doing some simple color grading, some glow, some curves, some lumetri I think I used. And that sort of just got me, you know, like just get the details a bit extra. I even used a denoiser, I think. And then I started to play around with the loop So seeing if I could loop the 3D clip, and this is what I ended up getting. So I kind of like this, but you know, not too much maybe. I don't know, but I couldn't really stop here, so I kind of just went on and kept creating. I went into I wanted to kind of make like a speed ramp with one of the clips, so it like started off slow and maybe like aimed into like just have some more power at the end, maybe with like a force field or something. So I ended up using like a CC lens to try to create that force field sort of effect. And I think it's just like I tried to create this with intent, so I wanted this clip to maybe be like right when the beat drops, so you get that like pop, and that can really sell the like when the beat drops. And that's just like some basic animation with the CC lens and some masking, just to like boom, create that effect. So I pre-composed this and tried to see if this could work as a loop with the speed ramp, and this is what I end up getting. So kind of like boom, and then we have the CC lens at the end. So I thought then right at the end you could edit over to like a clip when the beat drops and have like a fun thing. Alright, so I guess that's it, and this is kind of what we ended up creating. So this was the first like plate we ended up creating in just in After Effects after using the clip, and then we turned it into 3D, and I created this sort of tube thing. And then, you know, after that we create this first loop, and when I look at it again, I kind of like it. I like the slowness of it, and I like how it kind of slowly fades. It isn't like a perfect loop, but I think it works for what it is. And then we created that last beat drop thing, and you know, it was all created from this original clip, so which just makes it so much more fun for me. You know, some of these processes is kind of dumb maybe, and seems kind of like doing the same thing over and over again, but I think it's just like just a process of trying to create new versions of kind of the same thing, and seeing if you can create like a variance or something completely different just from that original clip, which is cool. And just to create this with intention was nice, to actually have like a plan of this needs to be like a music visual. Okay, so I guess that's it. If you want to download these clips, or some of these clips like this one I started with, it should be up on the website, or this should be up on the website from next week, but there are other free clips. At the end of the month there's gonna be 30 of them, I hope so, and probably more with like a bunch of bonus clips. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.